So we got a new opening song for Dr. Stone, and it's a good opening song, but I'm gonna miss the Ohio Sakai Good Morning World. Now, I know I just broke everybody's ears because I'm tone deaf, but I'm gonna miss that opening song. I really am, because it's a phenomenal opening. It's a really, really good opening song, and I've listened to it a lot since Dr. Stone began, and knowing that the opening song is gone kind of makes me sad, because it's the last time we're probably going to hear of it until probably some crazy moment happens at the end of this season of Dr. Stone. But yeah, we got a new opening song, but it is good. It is a good opening song. It has great visuals, etc. Just, I missed the beginning sequence, which says, Ohio Sekai Good Morning World. But okay, besides the opening song, though, this episode effectively concludes the arc, the tournament arc with Senku, Chrome, etc. trying to save Ruri. It's a really big episode. It's a big win, because the science team, the Kingdom of Science, they actually were able to win against Magma. Now, honestly, I'm a little bit surprised by how the victory was done. It's not something I necessarily expected, and it did surpass my expectations. As I was talking about in my previous episode reviews, I said that I didn't think Chrome could win. I thought Senku was going to be the one to do it, because, it just makes sense. And I said that there's just no way Chrome would be able to straight up fight someone like Magma, and so I thought that, maybe Senku was going to have a go and something else was going to happen, but I never expected Chrome to be able to beat Magma through the sheer fact of burning his clothing. It was something that kind of blew my mind, but also seeing someone like Gin come in and also using his sorcery to be able to trick Magma into not moving was something that also took me by surprise. There was a lot of things within this episode that really surpassed my expectations, and I really enjoyed as a watcher of Dr. Stone. So, Let's get into the first thing. The first big thing I want to talk about is the situation with the placebo effect, which is what Genro was going through in this episode. So, Genro, the individual that I didn't think was going to be able to really do much against Magma, turned out he didn't even get to fight him. And the thing is that Genro was using a scientific drug, which was basically caffeine. Now, in this day and age, we all drink our coffee. We all have something we drink, if it's soda, coffee, etc. There's different things. And caffeine is a big, big thing in today's modern age. And I drink a lot of coffee, I'm not gonna lie. The placebo effect with Genro was something that is very real, and I think many are going to kind of overlook that fact of this episode and think it didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, because when you think about it, Genro's role in this episode really was just to waste time, honestly. I mean, yes, he did defeat one individual, but overall in the grand scheme of things, he didn't really serve much of a purpose within this episode, so many would easily overlook his fight. And so, I want to talk about the placebo. The placebo effect, that I think everybody knows what it is when someone believes something is like a god drug or something that would really boost your strength when really it's just a sugar pill. It's been scientifically proven here and there throughout different documents that people get these type of effects. And kind of the way he acts towards his opponent is like the exact same thing you would get from a placebo effect. He thought that he was super powered and all that thanks to what Senku gave him, and because of that, he started to go in, and in his mind, he was thinking he was a valiant knight that was epic and all that, defeating his opponent, even though in reality, he was someone that was just getting pummeled and destroyed, and his adrenaline and all that was just an overdrive that, he thought he was unstoppable. And so, it was basically the placebo effect. And I think it was just a really cool way to show it without actually saying anything about it. And I don't know if the show was intentionally trying to show that point, or if it was just something that was accidental, which just goes along with Genro as a character. But whatever the case may be, though, I do like that little section of the episode, and I think even if it is minor, it is enjoyable. So let's get into the real stuff, the big stuff within the episode. So, we have the Magma and Kenra fight continue on, and I'm a little bit shocked by the way that fight concluded. I didn't think Kenra was going to be able to defeat him, but I am actually shocked with what Magma did. Like, okay, it's out of the realm of possibility of what Magma did, but the thing is, I just didn't think Kenra would go down. I figured that he was just going to get disqualified, and because of his disqualification, Magma was going to get to go on, even though he was weakened, and Kenra was out of the fight. So I figured something like that would have happened, but it actually didn't happen that exact same way. Even though Kenra lost, it wasn't what I thought. He was someone that did win in all regards, but when he walked over to confirm, because he's a straight-laced guy, he's someone that wants to win fairly, he walks over to the ref and he's like, hey, you know, I got this helmet thrown on me. I know that it could potentially be cheating. How do you feel? Am I disqualified? And the ref's like, nah, you're not disqualified. And Magma sneaks up and bashes the man back of the head. And it's really cheap. It's really, 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 really freaking cheap. And it really goes to show how far Magma would go to win. And I'm glad he got, you know, destroyed at the end of this episode like he did and got hit in the, you know, the family jewels. But still, I'm just like, wow, I didn't think that Kenra would lose in that way. And the melon was shattered too, so I'm just like, well, that's gonna suck. Our poor little Melon-chan is gonna have to need a new melon for, you know, her glasses. Or she's gonna actually have to legit have glasses made for her because her original pair was broken. But still, regardless, I do think that, you know, Kenra's loss was expected, but not in the degree, and Magma carried on. Now, the next point was seeing what happened with Kohaku. Kohaku was someone I didn't know what would happen with. Like, I didn't know where the story was wanting to take her. I didn't know if the story was going to have it to where she was still in the Force and she wasn't going to make it back in time, or she was going to make it back in time and she was still going to lose to Magma. I really didn't know where the story was going to take that plot thread, and it settled itself. It had it to where she came back, but she, you know, actually was not there in time. In turn, it forced, you know, Chrome to fight. So because of that, it's a really shocking moment. I figured that Kohaku would have gotten to have another rematch, but didn't happen, and Chrome had to do his last stand. And Senku didn't even get to participate, which is another shocking factor, because I figured that Senku, since he's technically kind of like the main character, I know Chrome and him are technically the MCs, but you would think that Senku would have had, you know, a little bit to go up against, you know, Magma. He would have fought him for a little bit or something, and something would happen, but no. So there is a lot of twists and turns throughout the episode that I think caught many by surprise. So the last thing is Gin. So Gin popping up and helping out Senku and Chrome, and just the scientific, you know, kingdom winning this victory against Magma. What Gin said, honestly, I don't think would ever work with anyone in today's modern age, unless you're really stupid. Because when someone says, if you move from that spot, you'll have a heart attack, people will be like, okay, you're crazy. That's what people would assume nowadays. However, we got to think about this for a second. In the past, before people understood what science was and how magic was fantasy, it was not real, people did believe in magic. People believed that, you know, if someone had like a disease or something, like, you know, a disease that isn't, you know, givable to anyone, that if they just looked at you, you would get it. Or if, you know, someone's like wishes, curses, or says something really bad to you, you're going to die, etc. You know, people believed in some weird things in the past, and so it's not really far-fetched to think that someone like Magma, that is a musclehead, would believe in a curse. I mean, he went out of his way to attack the sorcerer, which was, you know, supposed to be Senku, but he attacked Gin, and because of that, you know, he definitely does believe in magic to an extent. He's untrusting of it. And so, when he has that little foul play done against him, you know, he could potentially walk. We knew he would be okay, but in his mind, he didn't want to take that risk. He didn't want to take the risk of, if he was wrong, you know, and magic did exist, he would die. So it's better just to sit there than go to the unknown. So there was a lot of things that played with the human psyche in that moment, especially for that day and age. If, you know, we were reverted back to the Stone Age, how would we react to, let's say, something like magic? If we never really knew much about science, etc., you would probably believe it. So that was a great moment, the way the characters came out on top. I know many might think that's like, oh, really? They did something that childish to win? But, like I said, it makes sense, because once again, these people in this world don't understand how science works and what magic really is, and they think magic and science is the exact same thing, and so it makes sense why they would believe something like that. But that's pretty much about it, though. It's a good episode of Dr. Stone, and I think many will probably enjoy the little moments that, you know, were twists and turns. I know I did. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy my content, you know, please subscribe. If you like this video, please leave a like. And if you want to get notified for whenever I upload a video, please click the bell icon down below. Because for some reason, even if you click the subscribe button, you don't always get notified. So if you want to get notified, hit that bell icon. And with that, Chibi out.